Media Creators Co-op, in affiliation with the network at bicbp-radio.com.
I think I was here for Jack. Or
I don't remember.
dude, I can't remember. I hope you're gonna be the fourth wheel on this.
Podcast is recorded and produced by Emerge, a Media Creators Co-op, in affiliation with the network at bicbp-radio.com.
What up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Get In Loser. We're starting a podcast. Take two. You know who it is. It's your boy, Cheetah.
It's your boy, representing. I came on time this time. Your boy Chop.
It's your boy Yoder, who's always on time.
Ooh. Shots fired.
No, but last week I had a different situation. I had to pick my truck
Last
up.
week doesn't exist in the podcast world because the episode got destroyed somehow.
Oh.
Maybe it was the podcast God's looking out for us.
Yeah, probably.
Last week was a mess. Drop showed up late, then fell asleep, snored on the air.
He wasn't snorting, he was snoring.
Yeah, it was a mess.
Dude, those last week in human time, in real time, I didn't have no nap for like 3 days, and I was fucked. I'm good. I had my nap today. I make sure I was ready for the picky episode.
Oh, boy.
Sweet. Squeal, piggy, squeal.
Jesus Christ. Is there any way we could ruin this episode too? This week?
That'd be kind of not funny, but funny.
But yeah, so we had the whole episode done last week, and then Rich texted us, said something happened with the audio, and he tried his best, but he couldn't save it, so
Maybe that was the ghost of Mr. Pickton.
maybe.
Or Pickton.
He's still alive.
No, he's not.
What? No way.
Did you not pay attention last week? We literally told his entire story.
He died 2 years ago.
Dude, I was in La La Land.
What's your excuse for every other week, then?
I was too busy working.
But yeah, we figured instead of just, coming in this week and doing something brand new, we figured we'd just do the reset and redo the episode. Hopefully it gets posted this time. But this episode will not be posted until Monday because Rich is on vacation right now. So shout out to Rich. So this week we got Jaximus Maximus, the 12th. Who, for some reason, Chop doesn't remember, even though he's met him more than once.
Dude, I can't remember if he was the man behind the scene.
He's done an episode for us before. I just can't remember which one. I want to say it was the Andy one, but I could be wrong.
I was here for the Andes, except for the racing ones.
No, the Andy Residlo.
Oh, yeah.
When we did the Please Don't Cancel us episode.
Yeah. Oh, that was the first episode of the year.
No, the first episode of the year was when we did the healthcare about that Luigi. That guy that killed the.
Oh yeah,
CEO.
that was.
I understand his frustration. I mean, not that I'm going to go kill the CEO, but I understand what would drive someone to go that way.
Just for future reference, if the FBI ends up watching this episode, I don't know nothing. Okay?
We don't
even know this guy.
He just drops us off.
He just started here on the pod today.
Yeah,
I just met him.
He lives somewhere. Romy.
But seriously, if in today's healthcare world, I'm learning that if you're not your own advocate, you're fucked. Excuse me. But so I feel bad for people that are like.
Oh, hold on, yo, hold on. I'm not sorry to cut you off, but you say fuck, but you say excuse me. We say fuck all the time. Fuck, fuckly, fuck.
Jesus.
You're fucked, literally.
Just because you could say it doesn't mean you got to overuse it.
Oh, all right.
Not you or him.
You have to be your own advocate. And then, as I say, people that like senior citizens that don't have the ability to be their own advocate are going to get screwed.
You know what's crazy too? The stories you hear about, like when an older individual like dies, And then while their family's like mourning their loss, they get a bill from the hospital like, "Oh, you owe us 160 grand or something." Like,
Well-
what the fuck is what?
That's part of my
Yeah,
story.
it's ridiculous.
Well, first let me do this and we'll backtrack. So as I say, you have to be your own advocate. As everybody knows, I'm going through some medical issues. So I called one doctor, and again, they never got back to me. I had to reach out to them again. And according to the website, they treat the condition I have, but she's telling me that they don't. So I called another doctor. Now, today doctors make referrals, so they want information. They want your data sheet, which is the referring doctor's information about you, your address, your telephone number, your ethnic background, and then they want your diagnosis. They want your recent notes from your last 2 doctor visits and your blood work. And in technology today, you can't call your doctor and say, "Hey, listen, Dr. Smith wants this." You have to text that to them via an app. So we have an app called I forgot. Hold on.
Oh, Yoder.
See, that's another thing when you get old, you forget. My chart.
Oh.
So I go into my chart and I text the doctor. They need this, this, and this. Okay, I fax it to them. So I call the doctor then trying to see, did they fax you? All we got was a script of your diagnosis. That's all we got. No blood work, no data sheet. So I call again, and they got it. And then a funny thing is, she's asking me, I've given her my address, and she goes, "Well, wait a minute. Did you live in Lockport?" I said, "Yes, I did." And then she goes, "Do you have a brother named Brian?" And I say, "Yes, I do." She dated my younger brother.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
She probably want to continue the trifecta.
Well, she's married now, so she says, because I know your brother, I'll give the VIP treatment. She says that the doctor's booked. The soonest I can get you in. Are you ready for this? April 25th. So next month. But I guess it's better than waiting to July or August.
Hey, my birthday's next month.
Woohoo! So getting back to billing. All right. So again, if you're old and you can't read or you can't think for yourself, you are fucked. So my procedure cost my hair procedure cost $93,000, right?
Your hair procedure?
No, my heart procedure.
Oh, I thought you said hair.
No, cost $93,000, right?
Yeah.
There was a discounted rate of $43,000, right?
Mm-hmm.
My health insurance paid $44,000. So there is a difference of $6,000 that I am currently paying, right? Which I still think is outrageous, but I guess that's better than paying $93,000. However, I just got a bill for the discounted rate of $44,000. So they sent me a bill, and they want me to pay $44,000. So I
What are you gonna do? Rob a bank or something?
So I called them today, and I said, according to my EOP, I owe you $6,000, which I'm currently paying.
Mm.
Where are we getting this other $44,000 from? So I had to fax them, or excuse me, email them my explanation of benefits, which I did today.
What a mess.
But other than that, my week was good.
Thanks for joining us for another one of Yoder's long story short. Tells the whole story anyways. Story times. Thank you for that, Yoder.
We lost count.
You're welcome. Anytime I can help.
Appreciate it. But yeah, it's did you finally watch The Pit last week?
Yes.
Yeah, see now you see what I was talking about? When I said that something happens where one of the nurses paid for something because her insurance would cover it, the other ones
Yeah, and
wouldn't.
she said, "Hey, that's illegal." Like my
And she was like,
doesn't
"Send me to jail.
Yeah.
Be a vacation." Yeah,
But I've done that for
yeah. Shit. I was gonna say shit like that happens. Like actually happens in the real world today, and you just, you know what I mean?
me and my friend were
That's fucked up, but that has to be a thing.
on the same medication, and he couldn't pay for it, so I got it. And, well, allegedly, I got it and gave it to him. In case the
Yo, this show's getting crazy.
That's how I am. When I know if they give me some extra Ozempic one week, I'll just have diabetics lying in my house. I'll just jab them in the ass real quick, send them on their way. It's pretty cool. Nice little bit. I call myself Patch Adams.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty cool.
Yo, what you know about The Pit last week?
Oh, Yoder, come on, man. Between the two of you, you guys always got a cookie in your mouth. Sick of this shit. What is this, fucking Sesame Street? Cookie Monsters?
All I can say is, I'm having sex. We have lots of sex.
Yo, I can't wait to how what's her name's gonna fucking freak out on her sister.
I hope before the season's up, I hope somebody punches Ogilvy right in the face.
Who's old with
Whether it be a patient or
Is that Dick?
Oh, the tall
the real
one.
tall
Yeah.
guy who's a fucking asshole.
His name is that. I sent you the reel. His name is that on purpose.
I don't know. You sent me a lot of reels. I can't remember.
About his name, it's a syndrome. It's a gastric.
Oh yeah. Okay. Okie dokie. You watch that, Jack? You watch The Pit? No.
I like how Jack's like Silent Bob right now. He don't have no mic on him.
Yeah, man. That happens. Yeah. I was telling you before I got here today, or before you got here, that this episode tonight, it's the episode that features ice. They like have a storyline about ice.
What the fuck?
Yeah. So I'm sure Twitter won't freak out at all about it later tonight.
especially if
I'm
it's-
sure they'll take it fine.
Was that Robbie's friend, the motorcycle guy?
The old guy. Yeah.
Fun fact: that guy played in The Walking Dead. He's the guy who Rick literally took a bite out of his neck because they had him held hostage. Rick turned around and fucking bit a piece of his neck off. Badass.
So,
I'll always remember that guy.
so Rick didn't ever turn into a zombie because he bit the dude's neck.
No, the guy was a regular human. He wasn't a zombie. He was just a regular human. He was holding him hostage. He bit the guy's fucking neck. It was sick.
See,
Rick was always about that shit, dude.
I stopped watching it when Carl died.
Yeah, I stopped watching not long after when they killed Rick. I was like, all right, no point now. I'm out. Then I caught like bits and pieces here and there, but
Because I always thought that Rick or Carl were the narrators.
well, Carl wasn't supposed to die. The producers on the show killed him because they thought they didn't want him to. They thought that he'd want to go and like be a kid and live like a regular life. So they killed him.
And what's he done since then?
Nothing really.
Well, being a kid, maybe.
Yo, we hated Carl. Shut up, Carl. Face the facts. You killed your mom.
Yeah, he was the worst the first couple of seasons. Oh my god, dude. I know it's just like he was a young kid actor, so that's like to be expected. But man, during that whole prison arc, dude, oh god, I wanted to drop kick that kid. Every time he was like, oh, you're such a little bitch.
And it
He
was
became kind of a badass though. Once he lost his eye, he became a fucking badass.
Right.
He became sick as fuck.
Eating his pudding?
Oh yeah, when he's sitting on the roof eating that big fucking can of pudding. That was sick. That was pretty sick.
Yeah, I like how Rick's like tried to tell him Daldrick, hey, Carl, hey.
Remember when Rick got freaky with Michonne, dude? What a badass, man. That guy was just... Leave it up to Rick Grimes to pull some poon in the fucking zombie apocalypse, man. Badass. So, Chop, how was your week? Since the episode got erased last week, you want to tell the people your big news?
Yeah, one of them got me a truck.
Yeah.
What kind of truck?
Chevy Colorado ZR2 all-for-all
Has
package.
anybody screamed at you yet that you got a tiny dick?
No, not yet.
Oh, okay. Nice.
I mean, I could say if it was like full size.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Hey, you got a baby truck, you order said.
No.
Yo, I told you, I got a funny story about Uncrustable.
Jesus Christ. Please don't pull your shirt up again.
Yeah, right here. Look at
Jesus
that.
Christ,
Right there.
My God.
That right there is caused by hot jelly from Uncrustable because I decided to eat one in my kitchen with my shirt off. It squirted right down and fucking burned me.
I ate Uncrustable the other night, and then I ate it, and then I fell asleep. And I woke up and this whole side of my mustache was stiff because it had jelly in it. I fell asleep with it.
Yo,
It was crazy.
Yo, will you take that or a hot dog underneath the armpit?
Hot dog under the armpit will forever be a goated story. One of my greatest moments of all time.
What?
Dog
Under my armpit, yeah. It was my 21st birthday. I got home, I was fucking hammered. And I fell asleep with a plate of hot dogs. I made hot dogs and I fell asleep with them. And I woke up and there was one under my armpit. And I was like so hungover, I like grabbed it and I'm like, what the fuck? And I was like, I took a bite and I was like, and I went back to sleep.
Supposedly he's Superman in his bedroom.
Yeah, my bed, like in my parents' house. Say this is the door, about where the TV is about how far away my bed was from the door. Somehow I just fell forward and landed perfectly into my bed. I was legit. I don't think I've ever been that drunk my whole life. Maybe except for St. Patrick's Day, when I throw up inside my hoodie.
He's supposed to get a job at the casino, and
Yeah, I went to my casino interview the next day
Yeah, I remember
with
seeing
my
that
same
with it.
clothes on. I was fucking reeking of alcohol. It's crazy. Good times. No.
Not
I had
the
to
first time.
I had to reapply again like 3 years later. That time I showed up not hungover, so I did get the job that time.
I remember one time I was so drunk when I lived in Rhode Island, I fell asleep on the steps. So I just laid there and fell asleep on the steps.
I got so drunk I got kicked out of the bar
On St. Patrick's Day.
on St. Pat's Day. It was like, you know, you get that one drink, you want to close your one eye because you're that drunk, and your one cousin take you home. You'd be like, nah, I want to go home. Nah, and she said, nah, dumbass, I kick your ass out. Nah, I want to go home. Oh, fuck this.
it's so
I
fucking
think
funny.
I'll
dude.
watch it. She made sure I got up. At the time, I was downstairs. My bed was in there. And some strange reason, I had this conversation with these guys. Hey, guys, you come over. I got the house to myself. Come over. We could fuck game out and stuff.
Yeah, he told us to come over when we got done drinking. So we come over.
It was fucking like 6, 7 o'clock at night.
Yeah, we walk in this dude's house. He just comes from out his back room. He's like, all fucking drunk, all hungover and shit. Then the rest of us passed out on the couch.
You got hit with nail clippers?
Yeah, and the guy we were partying with hit me in the head with nail clippers.
Well, why?
Because he was trying to talk
He was
to me.
drunk.
I was like
He was-
sleeping. I was like dozing off. And he was like, Sean! And he threw him out. He's like, Ma! And I was like, what the fuck? He's like, oh my God, man, I'm so sorry, man. He's like, I didn't mean it, man, I swear.
What do you mean you picked them up?
That's funny as fuck. Good times. It was actually funny because I actually posted about that, how, you know, before I used to spend St. Patrick's Day as an excuse to just get drunk and act stupid and tell everybody it was just, you know, because I'm Irish, it's what we do. But, you know, when I finally got sober, then I realized it was just like another excuse I used to be drunk. And it's just cool that now, you know, I spent St. Patrick's Day sober and just chilling.
That's what I did this last time, Patrick.
It's nice, man.
That had to work.
When I moved back from Rhode Island, the first St. Patrick's Day was 80 degrees. when I moved back. I
Oh,
moved to
God.
shorts. And that one I didn't get too drunk, but the one after that, when I started working at the casino, apparently I got so wasted. I ran into a bunch of people that worked for SGA,
Oh, God.
and I was so drunk I couldn't talk. I also, this is embarrassing, tried to go to the bathroom, but I couldn't get my pants down fast enough. So I may have peed myself. So it wasn't good.
Jordy, you want to tell him about that story about that time you got so drunk you kissed your sister? And you kind of liked it, you said?
Well, I don't have a sister.
Oh, shit. The other day I was on the game with my buddy, and I kept, every time I ran into somebody, I kept asking him, I said, you guys ever accidentally kiss your sister, and then you found out you both kind of liked it, and now you don't know what to do?
You were speaking of kissing your sister. Florida was trying to ban marrying your first cousin. And
Yeah,
we
we were talking about that at work. I didn't know that was the thing, that you could marry your first cousin legally in
New York?
Florida.
Yeah, in New York, too.
Nice.
That's too
Hey,
funny.
Drew, what cousin are you? Second?
Third.
Damn, never mind. Let's say, let's go get married just for fun. See what happens.
When I was 21, it was the first and only time that I had rumple mints. I haven't had rumple mints since.
Rumpelman. I like to taste Rumpelmans.
Nope.
Rumpelstiltskin? What did you say?
Rumple mints?
The fuck is that?
It's a peppermint schnapps.
Oh, no.
I was
I
with my
don't,
brother.
I don't drink or eat anything peppermint flavored. Disgusting.
I did 2 shots, but they were triple shot glasses. I did 2 shots, and then I finished his. And then we went to a bar called the Locker Room. No, we went to a bar called No Names. It was owned by, forget, he played for the Bills.
Steve
Derek
Taylor.
Haley.
Derek Tayley.
Yeah, it was his bar called No Names.
Yeah, I know that.
And
Love that place.
uh,
Party there all the time.
it they had 2-for-1 beers, so I started drinking beers. So then we went to a bar called the Locker Room, and we were upstairs, and I was drinking mixed drinks, and I passed out on the bar stool. My brother hit me, and as he hit me, I vomited all over.
Nice.
So he threw me in the bathroom. I threw up all over the bathroom. And like I said, we were upstairs. So went downstairs. So I threw up all the way downstairs. Got outside in the alley. Threw up all over the alley. Threw me into his friend's car. Got home. And that was it. Didn't feel anything the next morning.
Nice.
He's like, how you feel? I'm like, fine, let's do it again. But I'm not drinking Rumplements.
I used to party with this guy. They used to call him Ghost because he would get hammered drunk and just disappear. Literally just disappear into thin air. No one would know what happened to him. And then the next time you see him, he would just like not remember any of it.
Oh, he was like the guy from American Pie.
Yeah, the Blackout King or whatever his name was. So, Chop, how was your week been? What's coming up?
That was alright. Good.
Have you gotten into any races with your truck?
I actually did.
All right.
This BMW, like, it was a couple nights ago. As a matter of fact, it was Tuesday night. BMW was trying to try me. Like, I barely put my foot to the metal when I beat him. It was not that long, but it was like, he was trying to try me. He had his girlfriend in his car. I was like, oh, well, fuck it. Yo, speaking of our friends, Lucius Club is going to Warped Tour this year.
Yeah, I see that. I wonder if they're
I mean, how much?
Darien Lake, right?
No, there's still 6 cities right now. If I come there like I'm going. Yo, I'm surprised that Outer Harbor is not admission no shows yet.
Just Terminal B. They got
Yeah, Terminal
Cold
B.
War Kids and Young the Giant.
I could possibly get a discount. Terminal, yeah.
See that D-Joe was going to our park this year?
Who?
D-Joe.
Who?
Joe?
Dude that plays Steve Harrington in Stranger Things?
I'm not sure.
Oh. Well, the guy plays
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard this.
End of Beginning.
Yeah.
He's coming to our park this year. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
You going to that show?
No. Too expensive.
Our park is, I don't know.
Last time I went to our park was when I was in fucking CCR.
Our park
And
ever
they started playing Have You Ever Seen the Rain? And it started raining.
It really did.
Nothing will ever beat that experience ever.
It's separating.
I remember one time me and Chop tried to go there to see Leonard Skinner, and we didn't even make it off the throughway. It was literally traffic, dude. So bad.
No, hey.
We literally didn't even make it
Yo.
there. At one point, we just turned around and said, fuck it.
Yo, at one point, I looked at him and said, dude, my brakes are going on me. So what? Yeah.
I won tickets to see Leonard Skinner when they were at Darien Lake. From 103.3. I had to go downtown, wear a bullseye or target around my area.
Your penis?
Around my penis area.
Nice.
And we shot darts
Nice.
at each other. Whoever hit the other guy's wanker.
I bet you love that.
So if Shred and Reagan listen to us, I'm the guy.
Wasn't that, aren't they the guys who got in trouble for saying that when the PS3 first came out, they were going to throw one over the falls? I'm pretty sure it was those guys. They did it was like some big publicity stunt and never ended up doing it.
Really?
They like tried to say they did it and they were being fined for it and shit. Turned out they never actually did it.
I know. Now they're on 97 Rock.
It was either the PS3 or the PS4. No, it had to have been the PS3 because I was still friends with Mark McClellan. Because I remember me and him talking about it. Good times. Oh, yeah, my week was great. Thanks for asking.
Well, how was your... Well, you didn't give us... Geez.
You didn't give us a suck, dick face.
How was your week, sir?
That was good. You know, been hanging out. Doing a lot of nothing, which is nice. I finally watched Bugonia.
And how was it? I hear good things.
It was pretty good, actually. It's very strange, but very good. Now, after watching it, I can confidently say, even though I loved Michael B. Jordan in Sinners, I think Jesse Plemons should have got Best Actor. He was so good in that movie, dude. He was so good, bro. I'm telling you, he was so good, dude. He was perfect. And Emma Stone should have got Best Actor, bro. Or Best Actress. She was so good in that
Well, they didn't
movie.
get anything, right?
No.
Costume, no...
I think they got nominated, but they didn't win anything.
Really?
It was really good. It's strange, but it's a very good movie. The last, 10, 15 minutes really sell it. That's what really brings it home. It's really good. But yeah, it was a solid flick. My buddy told me to watch it. He said him and his girlfriend watched it on a fling, just on a whim, and he's like, "Oh, you gotta watch it." So I'm like, "All right, I'll give it a shot." So.
No, other movies getting good reviews is it Hail Mary?
Yeah, Project Hail Mary. My buddy's going to see that this weekend. I told him I'm kind of jealous. I want to see it. It looks really good. I hear really good things about it. He's obsessed with Ryan Gosling. He's got a fat man crush on him.
I liked him until he did Barbie.
Wow, he was great in Barbie. I'm Just Ken, dude. Dude, that song went triple platinum in my house. I'm just Ken. Anywhere else I'd be a 10. Goated song. Sometimes it's that song where I need to cry, dude. To remind me I'm more than just a man, you know? I'm more than just a beautiful man. I deserve to be loved, too, you know?
Yo, my bracket's got thrown out the window. There goes my hunt for a perfect bracket. NCAA match right to start today.
How do you go from talking about Ryan Gosling to your fucking basketball bracket?
It got screwed up, all right?
Fuck, it did. Fucking
Wisconsin?
number 12 being number 5. I knew number 12 was gonna do that.
Yeah, man, I picked the fucking Tennessee Toxic Buckets. Love those guys. My favorite team ever. Yep, Tennessee Toxicos.
Michigan plays in
Half
15
hour.
minutes.
Half hour. 7-10 against Howard.
Timberwolves. That was my favorite basketball team when I was growing up. Ask me why.
Why?
I have no idea. I just like the Timberwolves
Oh,
for some
High
reason.
Point defeated Wisconsin. I said,
Wisconsin? Where were you when T-Pain rhymed mansion with Wisconsin? Put you in a mansion all the way up in Wisconsin. Dude. Banger. What else is up? Anything else you guys want to mention? My foot caught something? It's driving me nuts. No, it's my own cord.
Yo, speaking of mission, you see that fucking Waddle got a first, a third, and a fourth from Denver? What could have had Waddle?
Apparently wanted.
Nah, we're just going to go for more. Don't worry, they're going to pick up some mediocre guy.
Yeah, probably.
Who's at the end of his career. Give him $160,000 or something.
I mean,
$160 million.
Oh, like that
the
Chubb
Von
guy?
Yeah.
I heard they were going to try to get Crosby.
I don't know. I'm delusional. I keep telling everybody they're going to get Justin Jefferson. I know that's not going to happen. That'd be fucking sick, though.
Yeah, you can get him. Get the first and to get the first and first this year and the first next year.
Did you see AJ Epinesa left? Went to the Browns. Signed a deal with the Browns.
I didn't realize his contract was up.
I kind of figured a lot of those guys were going to be gone just because a lot of them were, strictly like McDermott guys. So you know how it is. New management comes in, they're going to get around a lot of the old guys.
What about Hamlin? You think he's
Maybe it's time for a change, man. Maybe it's time to get rid of some of those guys. Time for a new era, maybe. We had all these guys before and we were never doing it, so maybe, I don't know.
I think Hamlin's gone.
I mean, I feel like they're scared to get rid of him because they're scared of how it would make them look.
No,
He's the guy who, like almost died for you.
It almost
Or,
been
well,
2
did
years.
technically die for you. But at the end of the day, also, it's like, let's be honest, he's really not that good.
Yeah, now he's just participating.
Yeah. Like, bro doesn't even have to play football ever again. And he'll be set for the rest of his life. At some point they're going to make a fucking Hallmark movie about his life, about how he died on the field, came back to life, using God's hands. I hope they cast me as God in that movie.
Is that
So I can come in and be like, oh, my son, back to life. Look, I got the light shining on me. I'm from, dude, heaven sent, bro.
Isn't that like a bad omen? Because everybody that's played him him by Jesus has died.
No, not necessarily. Jim Caviezel, didn't he play Jesus once? He didn't die.
Oh, they said it was an omen. A lot of people that played him.
Maybe you're an omen of what good and kindness can get you in this world because you're a kind man. Oh, man.
Yo, I didn't roast it.
You guys ever see
Cheetah?
that painting? Those two people just touching fingers? It's me and you just did.
E.T.
They're like reaching out to each other.
Be touched.
Yo, I got you like an hour ago. Someday a girl will choose me and think, damn, you're really a straight man alive.
You're really the strangest man alive. Thank God you're handsome.
You know what I said? In your dreams.
This guy really thinks he's someone. He looks like Luke Combs' little brother who has Down syndrome.
Yo, will you be okay with that cast of Scooby-Doo?
Yeah, man, I'm down for it. I love McKenna Grace. She's badass. I was kind of hoping they'd cast her boyfriend on the show, but whatever. But, yeah. I mean, the kid they cast as Shaggy looks like him, kind of. So I guess they're doing like a more like, it's going to be less like kid-friendly and more like a serious tone for the show. So it'll be exciting to see what they do with it.
I can't wait.
Because apparently Scooby, in this iteration, Scooby's going to belong to somebody else. And they're going to, like, try to help Scooby find out what happened to his owner. And that's how he ends up becoming, like, becomes Shaggy or whatever. I don't know. Whatever.
Yo, speaking of that Spider-Man trailer, did we ever talk about it on air or talked off air?
Go fucking wait outside. You're not allowed to speak anymore. You guys see that video yet? on TikTok. Shut up, Mom. That's what I just wanted to do to you. No, we talked about it off air. With Jaximus Maximus, the 47th. That's him. That's his full name, Jaximus Maximus, the 48th. I know it was 47th just a second ago, but I changed it. Okay, let's get out of here. See ya. See you next week.
You know the numbers. 899.
All right, let's talk about this fucking scumbag. So yeah, we're redoing our episode from last week. So we're talking about Robert Pickton, a ex-pig farmer and serial killer from Quebec.
Before we continue on,
or from British Columbia, Canada.
He looks like a pig fucker.
Yeah, probably.
He looks like a serial killer.
He looks like every basic serial killer you've ever seen in your life. Like, you've seen that guy walking down the street and somebody's like, that's a serial killer. You'd be like, yeah, that tracks.
Right.
Doesn't surprise me. But, okay. Let's get into this. Robert William Pickton was born on October 24th, 1949, to Leonard Francis Pickton and Louise Helen Arnold, pig farmers from Port Coquitlam, British Columbia, 17 miles east of Vancouver. Pickton's older sister was sent to live with relatives in... Sorry, I lost my train of thought. Oh, in Vancouver when her parents decided that a pig farm would not be an appropriate place to raise a young girl. And that might have been the best decision they ever made for her. From a very early age, Robert and his younger brother David would work at their family's farm at 953 Dominion Ave. Pickton was strongly attached to his mother, but rarely interacted with his abusive father. Pickton's mother was very demanding, forcing her sons to work long hours raising livestock. His mother prioritized the pigs over her son's personal hygiene, often sending her sons to school in dirty clothes reeking of manure and earning both the name Stinky Piggy. Pickton struggled in school, being put in a special education class after failing grade 2. When he was 12 years old, Pickton began raising a calf, which became his beloved pet. But after 2 weeks of him coming home and not finding the calf, Pickton was told to go and check the barn and was distraught to find that it had been slaughtered. So, that's nice. Yeah. Guy comes home from school and he's like, hey, go check the barn. We got a present for you. And it's his beloved calf hanging upside down by its feet, being drained of blood.
That's fucker right there.
How does one, of all the things to farm, how does one say, I want to be a pig farmer?
There's probably good money in pig farming, I would imagine, right?
Oh.
I don't know. You think pig farming is a lucrative business?
Well,
I'm going to ask. I got to know now. I need to know now.
We need to know.
Oh my God, I just got the scare of my life.
If there's any pig farmers that listen to our podcast,
let us come work on your farm for a day, see what it's like. And by us, I mean Chop. Me and Yoder will just sit by and watch. Oh yeah, apparently it's very profitable. Often boasting profit margins about 30% or more. Pigs reach market weight in about just 5 to 7 months, so it seems like it's a good investment. It's an easy way to turn money. You could turn a small number of feeder pigs into significant profit, potentially over $400 per hog. So yeah, it seems like it's got to be. Seems like it's good money. I don't think I could do it though. I'm too empathetic. I'd get attached to all the pigs. I'd start giving them names, you know.
Charlotte.
Yeah, I'd give them names like, you know,
Mr. Plopper.
Mr. Ploppers.
Or Chris E. Bacon.
Mr. Piggy Pickerton, Pickens, Mr. That one over there. And they'd be like, which one? I'd be like, no, that's his name, Mr. That one over there.
Yo, I'm looking up this
Genius.
place right now. It's looking like a ghost town.
What?
953.
Oh, yeah, because the farm's all been torn down by now. And shit. It was all the land was excavated and shit, looking for bodies. Yeah, so in 1963, Robert would drop out of school and begin working as a meat cutter. And he was there for about 7 years before leaving to work full-time at his family's farm. Then after the death of his parents in the late 1970s, the Pickton siblings inherited the farm and sold parts of it to developers for $5.16 million. And if I remember correctly, we looked it up last week to see what it was in dollars now. I think it was like something like $40-something million, right?
Yeah.
In today's money. So yeah, man, they made some bank for sure. Then, on March 23rd, 1997, Pickton was charged with the attempted murder of a prostitute, Wendy Lynn Estetter, whom he had stabbed 4 times during an altercation at his farm. Estetter told police Pickton handcuffed her and inflicted lacerations upon her body. She escaped, disarmed Pickton, and stabbed him with his own knife. Pickton sought treatment at the Eagle Ridge Hospital while Estetter recovered at a nearby emergency room. Pickton was eventually released on a $2,000 bond. The attempted murder charge against Pickton was stayed on January 27, 1998, when prosecutors determined that Estetter, a drug addict, was too unstable for her testimony to help secure conviction. Pickton and his brother would host parties at a makeshift nightclub that they called the Piggy Palace, which was converted from a slaughterhouse at their farm. Events at the venue would attract up to 2,000 people, including political figures and business figures and members of the Hells Angels, which is pretty wild. Pickton and his brother were then sued by Port Coquitlam officials for violating zoning ordinances, neglecting the agriculture for which it had been zoned, and having altered a farm building for the purpose of holding recreations. The Picktons then registered a non-profit charity, the Piggy Palace Good Time Society, with the Canadian government in 1996, claiming to organize events on behalf of worthy groups. After flouting legal requirements and holding a New Year's Eve party, the brothers were served an injunction banning gatherings. The charity's non-profit status was removed after failing to produce financial statements, and the charity was disbanded. During this period, multiple disappearances of women in the lower mainland, mostly of the impoverished downtown east side area of Vancouver, led to media speculation that a serial killer was active. An employee of Pickton found several purses belonging to missing women and reported him to the police. Police then conducted 3 searches of the farm but found no evidence. Then, in June 1999, police received a tip that Pickton had a freezer full of human flesh in his farmhouse, but this information was ignored. Now, I did have, on the way here, Yoda came up with a great idea about if ChatGPT could put together a timeline for us of when the murders took place. It couldn't put together an exact timeline because it's hard to really pinpoint exactly when, but this is what it did give me. 1995, this is when his first 2 killings happened. When he killed a lady named Diana Melnick and a body that was only referred to as Jane Doe because they could not confirm her identity. 1996, this is when his first pattern emerged when he killed Tanya Holik. In 1997, this is when he started to accelerate on the murders because he killed a large number of women in a small amount of time. That's when he killed Cara Ellis, Sherry Irving, Andrea Borhaven, Helen Hallmark, Cynthia Felix, and Marnie Frey, which out of those victims, Marnie Frey was the only confirmed victim that they could link to Pickton. Now, Pickton, when he was in jail, did confess to 49 murders, but when he was charged, he was only charged for 6, and pretty sure to this day, they still have not been able to prove that he killed all 49. They haven't been able to link all 49 victims to him, but
I think they could have done 20, but the 6 stayed. And
you're right. When they originally took him in, they tried him for 26. They can only get 6 to stick, and then 20 of them were stayed later in court. Yeah. But this is just a timeline going off of Pickton's own words and bodies they found, but they weren't able to actually link them to him. But I mean, they pretty much were convinced that Pickton did it. They just didn't have the proof. That's why he never got charged for any of them. But 1998, this is when he started to escalate, killing Carrie Koski, Inga Hall, Sarah DeVries, Angela Jardine. 1999 is when his peak activity began, where he killed Jacqueline McDonald, Jennifer Furminger, Tiffany Drew, Wendy Crawford, Brenda Wolf, and Georgina Papin. Brenda and Georgine were both confirmed to be killed by him. So those are 2 of the ones that he was charged with. 2000, this is when he's still undetected, where he killed Deborah Jones and Dawn Cray, which he was linked. They did link Dawn Cray to him, but he was never officially charged with her murder. In 2001 is when he committed his final known cluster of victims, killing Patricia Johnson, Heather Bottomley, Heather Chinnock, Andrea Josbury, which he was charged for, Serena Abbotsway, which he was also charged for, and Mona Wilson, which he was also charged for. And then Diane Rock, and then Yvonne Bowen, which was linked to him, but he was not charged with. The total women that he was officially charged with in the beginning was 26. He only got convicted for 6 of them, but he claims that he killed up to 49. I remember when we did the episode last week, I remember seeing a thing where at one of the points when he was confessing about it, he said that he was trying to get to that near the end, he started to do a lot of cluster kills because he wanted to hit the big 5-0 because he wanted to be remembered. Like he said 50 was his ultimate goal. But he obviously never ended up making it to 50. And the crazy thing, too, about all this stuff is that it wasn't just like a timeline of disappearances. It became a pattern that was ignored until it was impossible for anyone to ignore anymore. So, but that's the unofficial, official kind of timeline of his victims but now we'll get into like the discovery and the investigation of everything. So February 6th, 2002 is when police executed a search warrant for illegal firearms on the Pickton property. Both Pickton brothers were arrested, and police obtained a second warrant using what they had seen on the property to search the farm as part of the BC Missing Women's investigation. Personal items belonging to the missing women were found, and the farm was sealed off by members of the Joint RCMP Vancouver Police Department Task Force. The following day, Pickton was charged with weapons offenses, but both Picktons were released, and Robert was kept under police surveillance. And then on February 22nd, 2002, Robert Pickton was arrested again and charged with 2 counts of first-degree murder in the deaths of Serena Abbotsway and Mona Wilson. On April 2nd, 3 more charges were added for the murders of Jacqueline McDonald, Diane Rock, and Heather Bottomley. A 6th murder for the murder of Andrea Josbury was laid on April 9th, followed by a 7th for Brenda Wolfe. On September 20th, 4 more were added for Georgina Papin, Patricia Johnson, Helen Hallmark, Jennifer Furminger. Another 4 for Heather Chinnock, Tanya Hoyk, Sherry Irving, and Inga Hall were laid on October 3rd. On May 22nd, 2005, 12 more came for Cara Ellis, Andrea Bohaven, Deborah Lynn Jones, Marty Frey, Tiffany Drew, Carrie Coxkey, Sarah DeVries, Cynthia Felix, Angela Jardine, Wendy Crawford, Diana Melnick, and Jane Doe, bringing the total to 27. Excavations continued at the farm through November 2003. Through November 2003, the cost of the investigation was estimated at about $70 million by the end of 2003. The property was then fenced off under lien by the Crown and Right of British Columbia and remained so as of 2023. In the meantime, all the buildings except a small barn had been demolished. What did I say? Demolished.
Canadian accent.
Forensic analysis proved difficult because the bodies may already been decomposed or been eaten by insects and pigs. So this motherfucker was feeding people to pigs too.
So if you're a Canadian, you possibly had pigs eaten by humans.
I mean, there's no way of knowing that this dude wasn't like the meat he was selling from his pig farm wasn't also human meat, bro. There's no way of telling.
So this was the real. Well, we can't say Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
This is the real.
No,
Canada
Texas Chainsaw Massacre was real. It was based on a real person.
It was based on a real person, Ed Gein.
Yeah.
Who was fucked in the head. Another real fuck.
Yeah, but interesting fact about pigs and their slough. You put it in their slough. If, like, for example, if you're sitting next to your friend that was a pig, that you're a pig, they kill the pig, offspring, they put them in your slough. You eat them. You would not have no regrets.
Yeah, man, you can put your own human shit in there and they'd eat it. I've seen it once. I seen a pig eat a human shit log. I'm sorry, I don't know why I said that. I thought it would like sound scary if I said it, but then it came out of my mouth and I was just like, no, it's just gross. Shout out to my shirt though. So yeah, during the early days of the excavations, forensic anthropologists brought in heavy equipment, including two 50-foot flat conveyor belts and soil sifters to find human remains. On March 10, 2004, the government revealed that Pickton may have ground up human flesh and mixed it with pork that he sold to the public. The Providence's health authority later issued a warning. Another claim was made that he fed the bodies directly to his pigs. In 2003, a preliminary hearing was held, and the clothes and rubber boots that Pickton had been wearing during the Estetter assault were seized by the police from the RCMP storage locker. In 2004, the DNA of Boerhaven and Ellis were found on those items. Pickton's trial began on January 30th, 2006, in the Supreme Court of British Columbia in New Westminster. Pickton pleaded not guilty to the 27 charges of first-degree murder. The voir dire phase of the trial took most of the year to determine what evidence may be admitted before the jury. Reporters were barred from disclosing material presented in argument. On March 17th, one count was rejected by Justice James Williams for lack of evidence. On August 9th, Justice Williams served the charges into one group of 6 counts and another of 20. The trial proceeded on the 6 counts. Full details of the decision were not made publicly available, but Justice Williams explained that all 26 charges at once would put an unreasonable burden on the jury, as the trial could have lasted up to 2 years and would increase the possibility of mistrial. The remaining charges were then stayed on August 4th, 2010. On January 22nd, 2007, Pickton faced first-degree murder charges in the deaths of Frey, Abbotsway, Papin, Joesbury, Wolfe, and Wilson. The media ban was lifted and details of the investigation were publicly released. About 80 unidentified DNA profiles, roughly half male and half female, had been detected. In Pickton's trailer were found a loaded .22 revolver with a dildo over the barrel and one round fired. Boxes of 357 Magnum handgun ammunition, night vision goggles, 2 pairs of faux fur-lined handcuffs, a syringe with 3 milliliters of blue liquid inside, and Spanish fly aphrodisiac. In a videotape played to the jury, Pickton claimed to have attached a dildo to his weapon as a makeshift silencer. This explanation is impractical at best, as revolvers are near impossible to silence in this manner. A videotape of Pickton's friend Scott Chubb saying Pickton had told him a good way to kill a female heroin addict was to inject her with windshield washer fluid. A second tape in which Pickton's associate Andrew Bellwood said Pickton mentioned killing sex workers by handcuffing and strangling them, then bleeding and gutting them before feeding them to the pigs. Photos of the contents of a garbage can found in Pickton's slaughterhouse, which had remains of victim Mona Wilson. Now, it's worth noting, if you don't know anything about farming or anything about that type of shit, draining the blood and shit is usually, that's a very common practice and shit like that. They drain all the blood out of a body, and then, it's easier to, get the meat and shit. And maybe that's why, maybe Pickton did that, because he was, he was all fucked up from seeing his childhood pet hung and bleeded dry, dude. And maybe he's like, no, I'm going to treat all these women like they treated my pet. On December 9th, 2007, the jury found Pickton not guilty on 6 counts of first-degree murder, but guilty on 6 counts of second-degree murder. Then on December 11th, 2007, after reading 18 victim impact statements, Judge Williams sentenced Pickton to life with no possibility of parole for 25 years, the maximum punishment for second-degree murder, and equal to the sentence for first-degree murder, stating, Mr. Pickton's conduct was murderous and repeatedly so. I cannot know the details, but I know this. What happened to them was senseless and despicable.
Senseless and despicable.
After Pickton was arrested, witness Lynn Ellensing came forward to authorities claiming to have seen Pickton skinning a woman and hanging her from a meat hook years earlier, and claimed she had not told anyone about it out of fear of losing her life. However, Ellensing admitted she had blackmailed Pickton about the incident on more than one occasion. The victim's children filed a civil lawsuit in May 2013 against the Vancouver Police Department, the Royal Canadian Mounted Police, and the Crown for failing to protect the victims. They reached a settlement in 2014, and each child was compensated $50,000, equivalent to $65,575 in 2025. But it did not come with an admission of liability. So they did not take any. Fall for, failing the victims. On January 7th, 2008, the Attorney General filed an appeal in the British Columbia Court of Appeal against Pickton's acquittals on the first-degree murder charges. The grounds of the appeal related to a number of evidentiary rulings made by the trial judge, certain aspects of the trial judge's jury instructions, and the ruling to sever the 6 charges Pickton was tried on from the remaining 20. Although Pickton had been acquitted on the first-degree murder charges, he was convicted of second-degree murder and received the same sentence as he would have on first-degree murder convictions. The relatives of the victims expressed concern that the convictions would be jeopardized if the Crown argued that the trial judge had made errors. Opposition critic Leonard Krog criticized the Attorney General for not having briefed the victims' families in advance. Wally Opal apologized to the victims' families for not informing them of the appeal before it was announced to the general public. Opal, who also said that the court appeal was filed largely for strategic reasons in anticipation of an appeal by the defense. Under the applicable rules of court, the time period for the Crown to appeal expired 30 days after December 9th and when the verdicts were rendered, while the time period for the defense to appeal expired 30 days after December 11th when Pickton was sentenced. On January 9th, 2008, lawyers for Pickton filed a notice of appeal in the British Columbia Court of Appeals seeking a new trial on 6 counts of second-degree murder. The notice of appeal enumerated various areas in which the defense alleged the trial judge erred. The main charge to the jury, the response to the jurors' questions, amending the jury charge, similar fact evidence, and Pickton's statement to the police. The British Columbia Court of Appeal issued its decisions on June 25th, 2009, including some banned from publication. It dismissed the defense appeal by a 2-1 majority due to a dissent on a point of law. Pickton was entitled to appeal the Supreme Court of Canada without seeking leave to appeal. His notice of appeal was filed in Supreme Court of Canada on August 24th, 2009. The Court of Appeal allowed the Crown appeal, finding that the judge erred in excluding some evidence and severing 6 counts from the rest. The order resulting from this severance was stayed, so the conviction on the 6 counts of second-degree murder was not set aside. Jesus, man. Hold on a second, I'm just trying to go next. Yeah, so the police department at one point. This guy. And then he wonders why he doesn't know anything about the episodes because he never pays attention. So the police department did end up issuing an apology. Deputy Chief Constable Doug Lepard of the Vancouver Police Department apologized to the victims' families. And he said, "I wish from the bottom of my heart that we would have caught him sooner. I wish that the several agencies involved, that we could have done better in so many ways. I wish that all the mistakes that were made we could undo. And I wish that more lives would have been saved. So on my behalf, and behalf of the Vancouver Police Department and all the men and women that worked on this investigation, I would say to the families how sorry we all are for your losses and because we did not catch this monster sooner."
Yeah, because back then, I imagine, like, for instance, Niagara Falls didn't work with Niagara Wheatfield and Lewiston like they would now.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and during a court hearing on August 4th, 2010, Judge Williams stated that Pickton should be committed to a federal penitentiary up to the point, because up to that point he had been held in a provincial patrial institution. In June 2018, he was transferred from the Kent Institution in British Columbia to Port Coquitlam Institution in Quebec. In February 2024, Pickton became eligible to apply for day parole, but no parole board of Canada hearing was scheduled. Then, on May 19th, 2024, Pickton was attacked by another prisoner at the Port Coquitlam Institution in Quebec. The prisoner, Martin Carest, described as having a history of assaulting other prisoners, took a broomstick, broke the handle, and shoved it into Pickton's face. Correctional officers intervened, handcuffed Carest, and took him into a structured intervention unit. Pickton was airlifted to a hospital and put on life support. He died at a hospital in Quebec City from complications of the attack on May 31st. In July 2025, Carest was charged with the first-degree murder. He pleaded guilty, saying he did it for Pickton's victims.
Wasn't Dahmer killed the same way with a broomstick?
I believe so.
Hmm.
I know he was. I know Dahmer was killed in prison by another. I know the guy who killed him in prison did say he was doing it for the victims.
Hmm.
Sometimes that's what it takes, man. Fucking prison justice. That's why recently, just around here, you'd see that they put up on that Niagara County mugshots that somebody around here was arrested for, like, raping like a 4-year-old girl.
Under the age.
Or under the age of 4.
5.
Or under the age of 5, yeah.
That's fucking.
And people
disgusting.
were saying, "Oh, don't worry, when he gets to prison, they'll take care of him."
Yeah,
It's
he's-
true, because a buddy of mine that I grew up with went to jail, and when I used to write him, he used to tell me about shit like that all the time. He used to tell me anytime somebody would come in there for like child crimes, they'd get the shit beat out of them.
Yeah,
They don't fuck with that shit there, man. They might be scumbag criminals, man, but they don't fuck around when it comes to that shit.
No.
Women and kids, man, it's always the two. They don't fuck around with that.
It's just disgusting.
Yeah. But so yeah, there's a couple things that came out like media wise and merchandise type shit about Pickton. In 2005, there was an American horror film loosely based on the Pickton's killings called Killer Pickton. In August 2006, Thomas Loudamy, a 27-year-old Fremont, California resident, claimed that he had received letters from Pickton in response to letters Loudamy sent under an assumed identity. Loudamy, an aspiring journalist, claimed that his motivation in releasing the letters was to help the public gain insights into Pickton. In the 2009 Criminal Minds Season 4 2-part finale, To Hell and Back, there's a storyline that was based on the Pickton case. Though the name and the locations were changed, it plays out pretty much exactly like the Pickton case. I remember we did see last week too that when Pickton died, when they searched his cell, they found a manifesto that he had written. He was writing a book about his crimes, about his own crimes, and that's where they got the excerpt about him saying, "I was trying to go for 50. I wanted the big 5-0 so I could be remembered." So that shit was just a game to him, man. He loved it. He was just,
Yo, what if his
not
brother,
to be fucked up, but he was killing for the love of the game in his mind, basically. You know what I mean? He loved to kill.
What if his brother was also killing?
Well, I thought I was going to say too. I wonder what. His
Yeah, I
brother
wonder what
had
happened to
know.
his brother. I don't know. Let me see.
You
if I
think
can
his
find out
brother
what
would
happened to
know?
his brother.
'Cause that's a lot of. That's a lot of killing. It's a lot of deaths.
Yeah, it just says that he was also kept under. In January 2014, he was interviewed by somebody, and he said that he denied he said he denied ever knowing about his brother's killings. That he said he denied that he ever knew and or helped him cover up his brother's killings. As far as I could tell, I think his brother's still alive somewhere. He's out there somewhere. I don't know. Let me find out. What if she's like super hot? That'd be cool. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said that. That was fucked up to say. I didn't think about it till after.
Try to make light of the. It also says here in 2024, the comedy troupe Danger Cats were selling T-shirts online with a capture of Pickerton's headline with Pickerton Farms. Under the caricature was the tagline over 50 flavors of hickory smoked bacon. The T-shirt selling caused quite a controversy in British Columbia, and the Prime Minister, David Eby expressed his outrage. All I I can say is how deeply disappointing I am by the idea that lives are vulnerable and women could be trivialized like this.
So I looked up. I could not find anything about Robert Pickton's sister. So I'm guessing that means that maybe she even went through the process of changing her name to keep away from it all. Maybe, I don't know, but I couldn't find anything about her. But I did see on there was an article that said that one of Pickton's victims, her sister, found out about the killings from a news article.
Right.
Reading a news article. So, but yeah, I don't know. Like I said, from what I could see when I looked it up, it seems like Robert Pickton's brother's alive. It's somewhere. He's out there somewhere, and he denies ever knowing or ever helping his brother. As for his sister, I have no idea.
He might have done the same thing, change his name.
Yeah, might be.
I know Timothy McVeigh, his sisters and father had a lot of issues. A lot of people
Joseph D'Angelo, Golden State Killer, his daughter had to do that. She had to change her name and shit because people were trying to find her and bombard her, asking her for interviews and shit. But yeah, man, that's Robert Pickton, the pig farmer, bro. Fucked up. I'm kind of glad we jumped back into true crime, man. I'm kind of missing it a little bit, to be honest.
Yeah.
I like true crime. Man.
You should get back into true crime. Not me, of course.
There's part of me that there's a really small part of me that wants to do an Albert Fish episode, but I don't know if I can handle it again. It's so fucked up, dude. It's so fucked.
Guess what's coming back?
You want to not sleep for a week, dude? Go listen to an Albert Fish podcast. Dude, it's so fucked. Yoder, he ate children's penis. He'd eat them.
Yo, American Gladiators is coming back.
Yeah. American Gladiators. American Gladiators. Yeah, isn't it being hosted by The Miz now?
Yeah.
Is he trying to get out of wrestling?
No.
Doesn't wrestle that much.
You guys are going to hate me for saying this because you got, Jack, you into wrestling? Okay, Jack won't care. But for the longest time, I thought him and Cody Rhodes were the exact same person. I didn't know they were different people. For the longest time. I've seen somebody post about him. They're like, The Miz. And I'm like, yeah, Cody Rhodes. I don't know, And they're like, no. And I'm like, wait, they're not the same person? I legit thought they were the same guy. Sorry, man. I can't keep up, dude. Oh, yeah, so. Good episode, Yoder. Good pull.
Yes.
Good pull.
Nice.
Yo, Meister.
Hopefully this
Thanks
episode
for the,
actually,
The reels.
yeah, hopefully this one actually stays up and we can,
Yeah.
I
Actually,
don't know if I could go through all this again a third time. So.
got some reels for Chop.
Oh, boy.
There's
Is
been
it food related?
no, it's his mythical creature related.
Ooh.
Oh, you mean the one he gave up on?
No, I didn't.
There's been a lot.
You gotta
of
hit us with another one soon, man. Got to.
There's been a
The
lot
people
of,
crave it.
Bigfoot activity
Could we possibly do a Bigfoot too?
in a neighboring state.
There's no more story to tell with Bigfoot. There is other mythical creatures though that you could cover, man. There's tons, like Mothman.
Moth.
I don't know if he would be
Jazz.
considered a mythical creature, but when Alcatraz was still open, there was one of their prisoners who was there the longest. They called him Birdman because he was all the way at the top of the prison, and he used to have pet birds and shit. He also lost his mind and used to cover himself in bird feathers.
Yo,
They call him the Birdman.
you watch that reel I sent you earlier?
I don't watch any of the reels you send me, if I'm being completely honest with you.
It was about,
Oh, the Doomsday thing?
yeah,
I did watch it, actually.
that could be a possibility.
Tony Stark is not adopted? What the fuck?
Yeah, he is.
No, he's not.
Yeah, he is.
Jack, was Tony Stark adopted?
Ha!
You usually just say no. You never agree with Chop. Come on, man.
Jack, you okay in my book?
Whatever.
What?
Yeah, okay. That happens.
But anywho's, make sure you check out your homies. The number is 988. They're available 24/7. If you feel like I never really,
24-8, 375.
Remember, you are enough.
You're not.
Yes.
It's at home.
I need mine. I gotta get one.
But you get like a bigger size because
Shut up. Oh.
you shut.
No, what he means by that is that are made in another country, and their people run smaller.
Oh yeah, shout out to my shirt, man. You like this?
1776.
I got it from Walmart's for that Rags of Honor. Helps disabled veterans.
Good job.
I had to buy one as soon as I seen that. You know me. But yeah. So follow us on all our social medias. You know what to do. Follow us on YouTube. Like and subscribe. Let's pump them numbers up, man. Let's get to 80 subscribers.
That's right.
Just like don't go and look at the other pods that are on this network, because then you'll realize we're like the worst of them all. Because the other one's got like 100,000 and shit. We're just like we're hoping for 80.
Hey, we got pod of the month.
So does everybody else, Yoder. Nothing special.
Why do you gotta?
We only got it on a fluke.
Why you gotta bring us down?
Cause
Yeah.
man, we gotta stay humble.
Yo, let's jump his ass.
We gotta stay humble, Yoder.
You're right there. Let's jump his ass.
Oh, by the way, I was talking to Fiden yesterday about movies.
Nobody cares about fighting. He's lame.
Have Hackers? Anybody seen a movie?
Jason Segel? No, wait, that's something else, isn't it?
No.
Hackers?
Hackers?
Old movie, right?
Yeah.
Like 90s?
Yeah.
I feel like I've seen it before. I can't remember what it is. Hackers.
But the computer's got what's his face from Scream and
Hackers. Oh, Matthew Lillard?
Yeah.
I don't think I have seen this one. What's the one I'm thinking with Jason Segel? It's like set in a college or something. I don't know. No, I don't think I've ever seen this one. Oh, that's the guy. That one guy's from Short Circuit.
Right.
Yeah, he was Johnny Five's creator.
Right.
Johnny Five is alive. All right. Well, we're gonna get on out of here. I'm starving. So
Michigan's winning 2-0.
Thanks for riding along, losers.
Go Blue.